Hello and welcome to this training. I am super excited that you are here. And if you are here, it's because you are interested in unblocking your root chakra, whether that means generating more abundance, feeling more safe, or once and for all, healing whatever it is that you think you need healing so that you can see more money in your life, better opportunities, more growth. My intention is that you leave here with a new level of awareness because that means that you created a different level of consciousness. And it sounds more complicated than it is. It just means that when you know better, you can do better. And for those of you that don't know me, my name is Vanessa and I teach women entrepreneurs how to build a coaching framework. I usually work with healers and coaches or women that want to sell their coaching in a way that incorporates energetics and neuroscience, because when we have science, our prefrontal cortex actually activates. So that means that the person believes it and they take action. Ask yourself for 1 second, how many things have you tried to heal? Affirmations, burning tons of sage, meditating for hours. And I want to give you a clear, concise, and precise understanding so that you can put it into practice and you can really see a change in your life. The reason why I started incorporating neuroscience into my programs was because the brain directs or is an operating system. At age 35, it is said that we are a complete set of beliefs and behaviors, which basically means that we act a certain way, we react, we think about, we feel about situations without being even aware of it. It's like the programming system of your computer. The empowering thought there is you can change it. The moment that you decide to change is when you start changing your brain and it starts sending you signals to the body. A lot of people don't know this, but your body actually has become your subconscious mind. The body sends 80% more signals to the brain than the brain to the body. And it's actually through your heart. And there's all the studies that you can imagine about this. The heart has this innate intelligence that heals, that really is the science of manifestation, and that can allow you to live that life that you want to live. So I can go on all day speaking about energy and chakras, but I think it's important that in a short amount of time you get as much information as you can so that you can put it into practice. When we want to heal or unblock our energy center, it's important for you to know that your root chakra is the energy center that first was formed. It was actually formed in your mom's womb while you were there. And it is the energy center that is closest to the ground. Chakras are vortex of energy that influence our nervous system. They are not stemming from the front of the part of the body. They're stemming from your spine and towards the front. So it's like little light bulbs that you have. And they're all correlated to hormones in your body. And I share this just so that you know that this is not really like woo or more than anything. This is really physiologically, it's what you're made of. It's how you're made of. So when every human, every living thing, not only humans, animals, anything that's living has something called an electromagnetic field. And it is made up of two things: your thoughts, which send out electricity, and your heart, which sends out magnetism. And that connects us to a field of information. So when our root chakra is blocked, a few of the things that can show up in our life is difficulty attracting money. Imposter syndrome is very present when we have a congested or blocked root chakra. And it's something, money comes in and goes out as fast as it comes in. Literally, it's like as soon as we get an amount of money, then something unexpectedly happens and we need to pay more than what we made. When you are going to make an offer for your program, or when you're going to sell something and your throat starts getting a little bit choppy, or you start feeling in your gut like this feeling of uncomfortableness, or when you're going to ask for a raise, when you're going to make an investment, all of those are signs that your body literally is saying, there's something here that's making me uncomfortable. And your root chakra is also, for 1 second, just think about this like this. Every energy center that we have I have done maybe 600 energy clearing sessions throughout my 9 years of being a coach. And there's only three main energy centers that really tell the blueprint of a woman entrepreneur's life: their root, their solar plexus, and their heart center. And when your root chakra is blocked, it not only affects your ability to hold money, but it also has to do with our constant fear. So, fear, living through lenses of fear of checking my bank account, fear of, oh my God, I made this amount of money this month, but I won't be able to sustain it. Fear of, I don't know where my clients are going to come from. And that puts us in a state of what a lot of people know, and it's survival. And survival just basically means I need to control all of the outcomes. When somebody has a hard time with relinquishing control or surrender or being present, and that only means I am not worried about what's going to happen in 10 minutes, and I am not concerned with what happened yesterday. I'm in the present moment. That's when your body has the ability to actually use that energy that you are consuming with worry, with fear, with guilt, with doubt to activate within your body. When somebody has a congested root chakra, one of the things that they're going to notice physiologically is low energy, a constant fatigue, a low energy, a lot of procrastination. And we can get into money being energy, but more than anything, I want you to know that if you identify with any of these symptoms, the first thing that is important is just to become aware and listen to this with an open mind and an open heart. Take what resonates and leave the rest. So, our root chakra is operating on the same level as our primitive brain, or what is called our amygdala. Our amygdala is a part in the brain that activates by fear, and it is so powerful. It affects our physical body in the way that it constricts our vision, right? And it makes it hyper focus. I don't have money, I don't have enough, there's never enough, I have so many bills, I don't have any clients, my business is not growing, somebody's coming out to get me. It's this constant fear. So when that takes over, the last thing that as a protection mechanism that the body's going to do is be in the present moment and surrender. And it actually hyper focus on all of the lack. What we don't yet understand is, based on neuroscience and quantum physics, what we focus on expands. Imagine that your thoughts are like a spotlight, and whatever you start thinking, you put a spotlight on it and it blinds you to anything else, literally. And the problem there is that when your root chakra is blocked, the energy center in your solar plexus, which is your outer roar to the world, it is your magnetic energy. It is what introduces you before you say, hi, nice to meet you. It is what closes sales. If there is a blockage in the root, how am I going to get to the solar plexus, which is what expands me, right? I can't. It's hard. It's difficult. I have to control. I have to try harder. I have to overgive, leaving me completely depleted of energy. And this is something that you might not even have been aware until you're hearing this. So if I am accustomed to being to having money problems, to having procrastination, to feeling stagnant, because your root is what closest to the ground allows you to move forward. If I am feeling that way in my physical body, I'm going to feel extremely tired. And what is happening is your brain is telling the body, and the body is telling the brain, it is time to hide, it is time to constrict, it is time to get aggressive. And really what we do there is we just operate on the information that we have, which means comparison, guilt, anger. I have to fight harder to get more. I have to work more hours. I have to deplete myself. Not only is this really bad because that is not working from your zone of magnetism or from your zone of genius where you're going to attract with a lot of ease, but it just means it is reinforcing the beliefs that you have in your brain. And every single belief that you have is a little pathway. imagine that I live in South Florida. So here the highway is 75. Imagine that somebody tells me, Vanessa, you have to go pick up your girls. Since I have done that so many times for, I don't know, 15 years, I can do that even without having to think, oh, I have to turn here and I have to turn there, because I have done it so many times that there is a little highway in my brain called a neural pathway. So I get in the car and I arrive at the school without having to even think how I got there. The same thing happens for when we have any blockage or any congested chakras. What happens is we automatically, as soon as we think about our bank account or making a sale or our clients or growing our business or self-sabotage or procrastination or not being enough, whatever it is, there's already a pathway in your brain, and you end up feeling the same way that you felt yesterday and the day before and for years in regards to feeling safe and secure and attracting money with ease. There's two important universal laws when it comes to money, and it is we only receive what we feel worthy of receiving. Here is where it's important to understand the neuroscience of really manifestation and everything else. Since my brain is wired to think that it is hard, that it is difficult, and once I am triggered by either a sale or a client or a lack of, right? My brain turns on the amygdala, and the amygdala also sends the signal to the body, and it constricts my root chakra, which basically means that all of the energy outside of my body is constricted. And you get what you put out, literally, energetically. So it will be the same thing over and over and over each day. Not only that, but since the body is used to fear and constriction and hypervigilance and not making enough and that constant worry, the work that you put out there carries that energy, right? So you can be like, oh my God, I'm marketing and I'm doing the reels and I am dancing in reels and I'm doing all of the things. But if the operating system thinks it's not going to work, it's so hard, it's difficult, there's no overriding it, right? Like it's just going to be infused in that. And the results that you're going to get, consciously you think, why is this happening again? Or why can't I get over this? Unconsciously, your brain and your body are like, oh yeah, this is what I'm used to. This is normal for me. So once we understand, okay, these are the beliefs that I have around money. And one of the things that I want to tell you is, because of my own journey, I have a lot of certifications and a lot of healing modalities and trauma informed and so many things that at the end of the day, they gave me information. But us as humans, we learn two ways. Information creates new neural pathways or knowledge, right? When you learn something, you're creating a new neural pathway. And the second thing is practice in the body, because the body has become the subconscious mind. So we have to literally teach the body that there is another route that you can take to work, that there's another route that you can take to the supermarket. And at the beginning, it feels uncomfortable. And this is when a lot of people are like, oh, it didn't work. No, there wasn't even enough time for it to work. And the moment that your body is like, oh, this, if you're changing a belief, oh, this can't work, this is not working. The moment that you give into that, you give your power away back to that thinking, and you say, oh, this didn't work for me. It's just that your body won, because it was accustomed to the disappointment, to the procrastination, to the self-sabotage. Another thing that's really important to know is when your root chakra is blocked, we look for a lot of external validation, a lot of it. I am over giving, I am overdoing, I am over worrying, I am over trying, I'm over controlling. Why? Because I need that external validation. And when we start activating our root chakra, the coolest thing that happens is you first gain back your physical energy. because the energy that you consume or that your body burns to worry, to try to control an outcome is greater than when you're in the present moment, right? That's just science again. Imagine your body needs 100 output of energy, and every time I worry, I give out 20. And we have 80 to 90,000 thoughts in one day. So I'm always working on under depletion, always. The moment that I surrender to it and I bring my energy back to my body in the present moment is a moment where the body's like, she's safe, she's secure. She doesn't need to operate from fear. So you start feeling physically more energized, and you give the opportunity of that energy that is stuck in your root chakra to start going up to your solar plexus, which is your center of magnet, where you close sales from. And you start literally vibrating at a different frequency. This is all science. It's the speed of your thoughts. And you start attracting things to you. Haven't you seen that one person can attract with ease whatever it is that they desire, and the other person can spend their whole life trying to reach a goal and never do it? And here's why. I created something called Think, Feel, Abundant, and it's your thoughts create your feelings, and your feelings create your actions, and there is no way of not interpreting that correctly. What I think creates the feelings in my body, and those feelings create my actions. So the first step is understanding, okay, what are my thoughts around money? Oh, my mom and my dad, and I grew up. And at one point in your life, if you want to see a change, you would have to change energetically, which means that you would literally have to leave behind the stories of why you are the way you are. And starting with what I focus on, I expand. What I focus on, I bring in. It is universal law. It is quantum physics. It is the observer effect. That's just how it is. So every single time that I am going to, the first thing is we're going to teach the body to start feeling safe, right? And feeling safe is also feeling deserving. You can take space. You are here. Your mission is important. Every time that my mind wants to wander somewhere, I'm going to bring it back to the present moment. And that just means I am here right now watching this training. This is what I'm doing. I'm not looking at my phone. I'm not, because when you do that, your brain is out of coherence. Not only is it going to be hard for you to focus, but again, you are giving out energy that you need for your creation to 100 distractions around you. And when we do that again, is because we think we have to control so many things, and we are literally losing the power that we have. Everybody has this. No one is as special to say this doesn't work for me. That's just the belief. If you are human and you have an electromagnetic field that every human has, this is how it works, right? And basically what the power of this is that you are able to collapse time. And you're going to say, oh my God, Vanessa, that's such a hard thing to do or to believe. And that's okay, because it's new. It might be new for you. And that just means that instead of taking a long time to have results, you have results in a shorter amount of time. And again, it starts with allowing the body to start feeling safe in the present moment. Something else that you're going to have to teach your body is to look at money differently. If you are stingy, if you take a long time to invest in something, if you are constantly worried about the money and about not having enough, and if you look at other people and you're like, oh, I'm not going to pay for that, or I deserve something free, or that is so expensive, or whatever it is, please know that we only judge others based on our own internal judgment, and you have to drop it. the energy has to be neutral. Oh my God, that is amazing. One day I'm going to do that, or one day I'm going to have that, or that's so incredible that she did it, or that he did it, or that she has it. That means that we can all do it. That means that she opened that possibility for all of us. Or if you're going to the supermarket and you get the bill and you're like, oh my God, this is so expensive. Okay, first I want you to know that when we act like that, we are putting the spotlight on more of that. Oh, I want more of that. What is more of that? More of the feeling that I can't have it, that it's hard, that it's expensive, that it won't work for me. So that has to drop. And this is not about perfection. Every single time that you catch yourself, it means that you are making something that is unconscious conscious. Oh my God, money is so hard to come by. There's a neural pathway in your brain already ingrained with that. What is the anecdote, or what is the solution to that? It is so easy to attract money. Money is always around me. Money is my best friend. And a way for you to know how you truly feel about money is if you close your eyes and you imagine money as a person in front of you. What is your initial reaction? Is it like this? Is it, oh, it's gonna come, but it's gonna leave as fast? Oh, it's hard to come by. It's important that you make that part conscious, so you can do that. And it doesn't have to take a long time. You can just close your eyes and imagine that there's a person that is dressed up as money, that signifies money. And how do you feel? Where do you feel it? Where do you feel it in your body? Is it constricted? Are you embarrassed? Do you want to look away? That is going to tell you. And what we need to start doing is changing that, creating a new neural pathway. A few years ago, I was going through a really hard financial situation, and I read this book. And one of the principles that this book brought was something that I still to this day will swear by. And the first thing is, money likes organization, okay? I have coached thousands of women on how to grow a coaching business, how to become more confident using energetics, the whole 9 yards. And I can tell you that the majority of them, when they have issues with money, their money is completely disorganized. And again, why? Because I don't have the fear that I have enough, or because I don't have fear, I have the fear that I won't be able to pay this bill, whatever it is. The first thing is, please be organized with your bills. If you don't have the money yet, you're going to use a little energetic tip, which is write with a red pencil on top of the bill, paid, thank you. Paid, thank you. Right? That's important. You have to have it organized. If you think money is always available and it reacts to you in the way that you think of it, one of the things that you should do literally is act in an abundant way. And when somebody acts in an abundant way, and let's say you start implementing this today, these new thoughts, you are not looking for external validation. You understand that whatever situation you're going through today was all based on the past, maybe you didn't know what you know now. And that, remember, when I focus on the 3D, I am working on matter to matter. And when I surrender and I trust, because money has a lot to do when we have trust issues, I start teaching my body what it is to trust. I start welcoming that abundance into my life. Okay, little by little, little by little. The signs are everywhere. This starts as soon as you start changing the way that you think consciously. You're sending a new electro signal out and a new feeling. And the mind is subjective. It doesn't know the difference between truth and not truth. So you start declaring, I am abundant and I attract money with ease, and money is my best friend and it's always around me and it has served me for this and that, and all of that is the moment that your body starts thinking, oh, we don't have to act in fear. She loves money. Let's give her more of this. Something else that is really important is when you start doing this, there's going to be a moment where it feels uncomfortable. That's good. Uncomfortable is the unknown. It means you haven't been there before. And if you want something that you haven't had before, it's very important. Once you start putting all of this into practice, the changes start happening immediately. Yesterday, one of my clients, Sarah, sent me a message. We were talking about this training because my video wouldn't load, and she was telling me it completely changed the way I do business, what I attract. It was like night and day. She was stuck at $3,000 a month, and now she's up to $8,500 per coaching program, and she's selling between 4 and 5 coaching programs a month. And we were, when somebody gives me a testimonial like that, for me it's super important to like kind of break it down. Okay, what did you do and how did it happen, and she said, no, I truly believe that change started the moment that I decided to change the way that I think, right? And even if in the day I would catch myself thinking negative or in fear, I would just come back to the present moment. Not only that, but remember that that's like the mechanical thing. The energetic part, right? The energetic part is, that is what you start beaming out. That is what you start outputting. People can't see it because we can't see it because it's faster than the speed of light. But that's your energy. You know, when somebody's like, oh my God, I want to be around her. She gives me more energy. She gives me more life. It feels invigorating. That is what happens when you start changing those things. When you open yourself, and with this I'll finish. Our brain loves when we give it direction. It's called an RAS system, and it's the reticular activating system. And what it does is when you give it a direction, something in your brain called metacognition, when you imagine something. And if you are constantly imagining worst case scenario, that's what you're going to have in your life, because your brain starts visualizing any worst case scenario for you, and it starts looking for situations, Snapchats, anything to literally make that your reality. That is the power that you have. Yesterday she was telling me, for her, one of the most important things was when we are in our brain, right? This is something that I teach inside of the membership, but I want you to know, when we are in our brain, we're overthinking and we're making the thought bigger and bigger, and we're sending more and more chemicals to our body. We're going to have the same reaction, the same situation. When we drop into our heart, here we have ego, resistance, competition, comparison, not being enough, all of the things that you can imagine that you don't want. When you drop into your heart, your brain waves lower, your level of cortisol and adrenaline lower in the body, your respiratory rate also regulates, and from here you act in love, you act patient, you act optimistic, you believe in yourself. This is, again, you can Google the power of the heart. And this helps attracting more money, blessing your business, energizing your goals. When you are on a sales call, I have 2 more minutes. The last thing that I want to tell you, because I know that the majority of you are healers or coaches or women entrepreneurs. If you see money as you shouldn't charge because you do a service or because you are in the spiritual teaching, I want you to know that you're looking at money as something negative, and it's actually something positive, and that is a limiting belief that you are saying to yourself so you don't get out of your comfort zone. Because if money is used for you to have a bigger impact, and your desire is so other people can evolve and heal their life, you're going to need to reach more people, and money is a tool to do that. In your sales, money is just an exchange of energy. I am giving you this teaching, I am giving you this information, I am giving you the tools to change something in your life, and in return you are compensating me for doing that. So if there's anything there that's negative, you have the ability to say, starting today, if we don't do that and we continue to stay stuck in the cycle of healing my mom, my dad, my ancestors, yes, that's true that influences us, but it's also true that your brain and getting into heart coherence changes your DNA, epigenetics. So to wrap this up, the first thing that you want to do is start being aware of the beliefs that you have around money. In business, a root chakra that is blocked means no systems, no structures, difficulty attracting and maintaining clients, underpricing your services, and being really inconsistent in sales. So today I sell and then I don't sell for 3 months. Today I do this and then I don't sell for, or I don't do anything else for a few months, right? I have all, and let me tell you here, your routine. I can't get into that because I don't have enough time, but your routine also plays a huge part. The second thing is my beliefs around money. What do I believe? How do I feel when I imagine money around me? How do I feel? Oh my God, I feel, I don't know, shy, stressed, whatever it is. And how do I want to feel? I want to feel empowered. I want to feel confident. I want to feel that it's always with me. I want to feel that I can attract it with ease. And you see the difference in your body? It's like you're grounded, right? It feels grounded. You have the power to change the thoughts that changes the belief. The third thing is set your goals and ask yourself, do I believe it? No. Starting today, I am taking every action as an act of self-love so I can increase my self-worth towards my goals, right? That's going to stop the need for external validation. Towards my goals. Out of sight, out of mind. Write your goals down. Oh, I don't believe it. It's okay. What if I told you that you can just, remember, the mind is subjective, just fake it, just pretend that you believe it, speak as someone that already has that. And what is going to happen is you don't believe it now because the neural pathway that you have in your brain is an old one. You're replacing it. You have the ability. It's called neuroplasticity. You can change your brain, which is so empowering. So I hope that this gives you a better understanding. It makes you more aware of what you're saying and what you're feeling, and more than anything, the power that you have to change that. You don't have to live in fear about money. You don't have to do 100 rituals to change your energy, to unblock your energy centers. This is your divine right. Changing the way that you think changes the way that you feel, and it changes the way that the actions that you take. That gives you different results. It allows you to energetically attract things to you with ease. Universal law, right? I'm going to be aware of how I think about others, because how I think about others is my problem, not their problem. And anything that I, criticize in others is something I'm criticizing in myself, and I'm just going to stop it. It's taking my energy and I want it in my body so that I can be confident, aligned, rich, wealthy, bougie, empowered, impactful, visionary, whatever it is that you want. I hope that you guys like this training. I hope that you are able to see that you have the power within you, that you can use neuroscience to take your body out of fear, to calm down that amygdala. The moment that you decide to change starts. One of the tools that I would recommend is meditation. If you say, no, Vanessa, I really resonated with this and this is what I need to for the next level, you can send me a message and we can talk about the Aligned CEO, which is my private one-on-one coaching. Or if you, I open sessions the first of the month, 5 sessions. If you want to do a private session, you can send me an email. If you give me feedback, or for your feedback for this video, meaning what did you learn, what were you aware of, and how do you think that can help you, I will send you a free, I will make a paid meditation that I have that opens your heart and opens your root chakra, completely free, just for the feedback. So I hope that you guys like this, and I will see you in the next video.